$919 up to $1,378 per month for SSI beneficiaries. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, this is getting pretty exciting for SSI beneficiaries, otherwise known as Supplemental Security Income. Now, I do know that there are a lot of you right here in the community receiving other fixed income benefits like Social Security Retirement, SSDI, Survivors, VA, and RRB, which there's a lot of really good dedicated videos right here on the channel for all of you, and there will be many more dedicated videos for all of these other fixed income beneficiaries as well. However, in this video, I do specifically want to focus on SSI, like I said, Supplemental Security Income, just because there are a lot of very dedicated and specific numbers to the SSI program. So with that being said, let's get into it and discuss what these numbers mean and possibly more importantly, how do you get them? Great question. Let's get into it and discuss those exact details. But really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research each and every day and breaking it down into these short videos so that you can stay tuned with what is actually going on right now, especially with all of these new bills, reform, piece of legislation, packages, money, benefits, programs, checks, stimulus, and anything else that continues to pop up right here, right now, especially for the low income, fixed income, seniors, older adults, people with disabilities, and virtually everybody else with everything going on right here, right now during this very busy time. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward during this very busy time, and I'll continue to be here for you, helping you out in any way that I possibly can and helping you get as much money as we possibly can right now with everything going on. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into it and talk about what do these numbers represent, where are they coming from, and like I said, maybe most importantly, where do I sign up? How do I get some of these? Great question. Let's talk about it. All right, so as we know, right now in 2022, the maximum benefit that you can get for SSI, Supplemental Security Income, is $841, which is significantly below the federal poverty line. In fact, it's almost $300 below the federal poverty line. On a monthly basis, by the way, that is not an annualized basis, that is per month. It is below the federal poverty line by almost $300. Well, a lot of us are looking to fill that gap, as in, how can we get more benefits for SSI beneficiaries? Now, there are pieces of legislation out there right now to actually reform this program, which we've talked about in previous videos, like the SSI Restoration Act, which again, I'm not going to be talking about in this video, simply because, as of right now, there's not a whole lot of updates on it, and I have covered it in the most recent details just a little while ago, so we won't be focusing on that in this video. However, I do want to talk about some other preliminary information that is floating around right now that'll actually raise benefits in a pretty substantial way. So stick with me on this because I have a lot of different numbers here that I want to talk through in this video as it pertains to SSI and how it actually could result in a $919 per month benefit up to $1,378 each and every month. Pretty substantial stuff. And now one more thing I'm going to throw out there really fast is this. In the event of the SSI Restoration Act actually being passed, these numbers that we're talking about right here would be even bumped up significantly higher, like way, 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 way higher. So just throwing that out there as well. These are some pretty basic numbers based on some things that will be happening to benefits, but in the event that reform actually comes in and the SSI Restoration Act is actually implemented, we'd be talking about very different numbers, and the numbers, I can tell you this much, would be significantly higher. So anyway, we'll keep that for a separate video as we get more confirmation on that, but let's talk about this. All right, so the preliminary information as of right now, based on inflation data. Yes, the big I word that we all don't really like these days, right? Inflation. Yeah, it's one of those big things that's happening right now. It's affecting each and every person out there, especially the low income and fixed income. It's impacting in a very, very big way. So here's what I want to talk through. The preliminary information right now is showing we could potentially be seeing a 9.3% raise to monthly benefits as a result of the annual adjustment because of rapidly rising inflation and based on the CPIW. Now, this is kind of a technical term. What this stands for is Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners and Clerical Workers. That's what the CPIW represents. What it basically stands for is inflation for all of these individuals on that one single metric. Well, it's giving us a reading of it's giving a reading right now of 9.3%, suggesting that we could potentially see a 9.3% raise for SSI benefits in 2023. That'd be incredible, right? Let me give you the breakdown on this and give you the calculations behind all this, because this could be looking pretty good here. So there's a lot of numbers, like I said, so let's talk through all these details. So in the event that we do get a 9.3% raise to monthly benefits, let me shake out all these numbers for you and show you what it means. So the current benefit right now, the maximum in 2022 is $841 per month. However, applying a 9.3% raise to those benefits would raise benefits by $78 per month from $841 all the way up to $919 each and every month, or what would actually increase the benefits. This would actually increase benefits over the course of the entire year, $78 per month or $936 through the course of the entire year. So you can see you'd essentially be getting more than an extra benefit every single year on your SSI, right? So it'd be going up by $78 a month in the event, again, of a 9.3% raise, or $936 every throughout the course of the year, and the benefit would be $919 a month. That'd be incredible, right? That'd be a pretty big raise. Consider this as well. I want to throw this out there just to give you kind of contrast and to show where we came from. Last year in 2021, monthly benefits for SSI were $794 a month. Just imagine that. So from 2021 until next year, we could be going from $794 to $919. That's incredible. That's a huge raise in just a short amount of time, right? But at the same time, it would still be below the federal poverty line by about $220 a month. So again, still way below the federal poverty line. Now, where does this $1,378 come in? Let me lay that out for you. If you happen to be somebody who is married receiving SSI, again, I know there's some of you here in the community because I've seen your comments down below and I've connected with some of you here in the community. Well, as of right now, in 2022, the maximum benefit for SSI beneficiaries who are married is $1,261 each and every month. However, yet again, applying a potential 9.3% raise to SSI benefits would raise benefits by $117 each and every month, up to $1,378 every single month. It would also annualize out to $117 per month extra throughout the course of the entire year, would be an extra $1,404 every single year on an annualized basis. $117 per month over the course of 12 months is $1,404 through the course of the entire year. So you can see here, these are some pretty big numbers that we're dealing with right now, right? So that'd be incredible, right? However, I want to throw this out there, like I said earlier, in the event that they do actually happen to approve the SSI Restoration Act, these numbers would be significantly different. In fact, they would be hundreds of dollars higher. But again, I don't want to calculate those in right now because we don't know if they're going to actually pass the SSI Restoration Act this year in 2022. But again, I like to calculate these numbers more like on the conservative basis, just because in the event that something better comes in, then don't get me wrong, the benefits will be significantly higher. But worst case scenario, this is what we could be looking at, right? So, wow, incredible. These are some pretty big benefits. But don't get me wrong, I completely understand. These benefits are still way behind the times. These benefits, even though a potential $78 raise or $117 per month raise to benefits would be very big and substantial for a lot of people, I totally understand at the same time that this is way behind the times, even well below the federal poverty line of where it should be for most beneficiaries to get by on a monthly basis. So I totally understand that. And of course, even with this raise, if it were implemented even today or whenever this raise could be actually implemented as a result of the annual raise to benefits, then hopefully they will continue to working on the SSI Restoration Act, which again would give benefits another huge boost in comparison to what this raise would actually be, right? Now, one more thing that I want to throw out there. is that the SSI Restoration Act would actually need congressional approval to get it passed. However, this annual raise does not need congressional approval. This is just based on inflation data. Well, the current inflation data right now is showing that this is what we could potentially be looking at, is around a 9.3% raise based on the inflation data out of the 3 months that are most important in 2022, which is July, August, and September, which these are the months that they use to determine how much that annual raise is actually going to be. So, anyway, these are things that are actually happening right now. We are all dealing with increased inflation. We're all dealing with massive inflation, pumping up the prices on everything. So this is a real thing. This is what is actually happening. So as long as they're inflating the price on everything else, why not inflate the incomes of those people living on a fixed income as well, right? So yeah, I totally agree. Anyway, of course, as I do get more details, I'll be right here for you, breaking it all down, letting you know how this is going to impact your monthly benefit and what it means for you on an ongoing monthly basis. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please remember, I'm here for you. I'm right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I can. So enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.